What's going on? I'm Austin John. Let's talk about everything new in Super Mario Maker 2. This is starting to rhyme too much. I haven't personally dove too much time into Super Mario Maker. However, I know that the community is very passionate about it. Everyone from the more casual to the super duper expert people over there on the other side of the spectrum. However, there's a lot of things in here that are just quality of life improvements, more things added in, more themes, more enemies, more new mechanics. We're gonna take a look at that right now. So first of all, I converted my desk to a standing desk, so now I can move around and be more agile and stuff. Hooray for cardiovascular health. DualShockers reports everything new in Super Mario Maker 2 for the Nintendo Switch. Let's take a look-see. We get a look at the new scroll wheel for enemies, for terrain, for items, things like that lets you go through and choose whichever enemies that you want to place, as well as items. And we can already see the first new item being added in here, which is the 10 coin, which, if you get that coin, it counts as 10 coins. Self-explanatory. Also, one of the things that we got to see right at the beginning was slopes. As far as the trailer started off, you see Mario jumping off and then hitting the spiky boys, and then he dies. And then it changes it to a slope, and then he kills all of them, and he does a great job. We see two different slopes being added, a steep and a not so steep. Another high point in the trailer, we got to see the on-off switch and blocks. Whenever something makes contact with an on-off switch and then triggers whether these blocks are going to be full or hollow and able to be walked through. We also see tornadoes, which I never knew that was the name of these things because I've never seen them before. Apparently this is taken from Super Mario 3, only appearing in World 2 of Desert Land, where they could trap Mario in air pockets and throw him backwards if he gets too close. Is this the same thing? I don't know. Now they actually appear as something. If you ask me, the only tornado that we actually need is Twister from Paper Mario. We also see that now we can set paths of moving blocks, as well as enemies. I wasn't too sure about the enemies being shown off in the trailer. Nope. I did. It was that big piranha plant and that underworld stage. Supposedly we're also going to be able to place water on levels at any specific area that we want, or just set a specific height as per the level. You can see the Super Mario World level that was built here, and in that we have that very set water level. Possibly we're going to be able to make it so that the water level rises and decreases as you go through the level, or at specific points. Maybe there's a timer, maybe there's specific things that initiated. We'll just have to wait and find out. Background enemies. I actually didn't notice background enemies anywhere in the trailer. Parachute enemies. We saw a red warp pipe that's going to be shooting out enemies at a much higher rate of fire than we've previously seen in warp pipes in the past in Super Mario Maker. And in addition, you can attach little parachutes to them, possibly also wings, and then we could go across the entire board. Everything gets wings and parachutes. That's great. Different colored pipes, already touched on that a little bit. We don't know if the pipes actually affect the rate at which the enemies fire out, or if it's just for aesthetic purposes. We also saw yoshis. In particularly, we saw a red yoshi that was spitting out fireballs. So they may have taken this mechanic from Super Mario World, or they may have taken it from New Super Mario Bros. One of them had the colored Yoshis. I think it was the U version. I doubt we're going to be able to transport these Yoshis between different levels like you could in those games. Maybe you get them as a baby and then they eat a bunch of stuff and then they become big all in the level. That'd be a pretty neat thing to do. Maybe it'll be more like Super Mario World, where you have the egg, and then the egg turns into the little baby Yoshi, and then you carry him, and he eats the stuff. I'm not too sure how they're going to implement the mechanic. It's going to be pretty cool, though. I'm really excited to play this game. As someone who didn't have a lot of time on the Wii U with Mario Maker, being able to play it on the Switch is going to be great. Same screen pipes. I believe this is referring to that pipe that we saw Mario throw a fireball in, and then the fireball came out and then attacked the enemy just above it. That's a pretty cool thing to see. Bullies! It's the little round guys with the horns from Super Mario 64. Is that what I'm thinking of? That's exactly what I'm thinking of. Okay. I actually didn't see those in the trailer. Having bullies in there is pretty cool. If you don't know, bullies are pretty much invulnerable. You could only knock them off of things. However, I don't know if the bullies were the bullies in 3D World? Oh god, they are repulsive in 3D World. Look at these things. They're like abominations. In Super Mario 64, they were adorable. Look at this little guy right here. And he's harmless. And then, look at this thing. Don't talk to me or my son ever again. We saw Boom Boom, who is becoming a crowd favorite as of recently. Boom Boom has been featured in Super Mario Party. I believe Boom Boom is also in the tennis game that came out, right? Yeah, first appearance is Super Mario Bros. 3, and then also 3D Land U 3D World Run. Boom Boom's like the one employee in Bowser's ranks who's like really proving his worth and is doing a pretty good job. I also think it's a woman. Oh no, the female version is Pom Pom. That's adorable. Let's get Koopas in a car. We saw that on the big last screen. If you zoom into the corner, you see a Koopa in a car, and it's just weird. It's just weird. You also see I believe it was a toxic piranha plant with wings. That's what nightmares are made out of. We're getting the cat suit that we saw from Super Mario 3D World and 3D Land. I didn't get into those games too much, mostly because they involve cats. And again, Wii U stuff. Clear pipes, alright, so that's what we saw with the fireball that came out through the top. Dope mechanic. Sideways thwomps, that's something else that is hinted at in that final scene. The static image where we see the thwomp in the bottom left, and it looks like he's moving to the left as per the direction of his eyes, which is pretty neat. And we also see Angry Sun, returning from Super Mario Bros. 3. Angry Sun was exclusive to the desert level. We saw a desert level, we saw a 3D desert level, like this dark space style theme, which is dope. It looks like they're just taking a lot of inspiration from the more recent entries in the Mario platforming line, and then they're going to be able to implement those and specific mechanics of those into Super Mario Maker 2. Which makes me wonder, where's Cappy and where's Mario Odyssey? You're probably not going to be able to possess other enemies, but being able to throw hop on top of it sort of moves to cross long platforms. We don't see that anywhere present. However, we still got time. This game is announced for June 2019. Let's head into the press room. Oh, great. So here's a much larger version of that image I was talking about. Here we see Koopa in a car running into boxes. We see the Twister Tornado guy. We see the Piranha Plant that we could choose exactly how it moves. We see the sideways facing Thwomp. Here's the clear pipe. Is that a bullet bill with cat ears? We see the super large bullet bills. We see the parachuting on enemies, the clear pipes. So much stuff. We also see Luigi, and then we also see Toad and another Toad with a cat suit on, so is it hinted at that we're going to have multiplayer? You're going to be able to bring two characters into a level? Are there going to be levels that are specific to that? Is it only going to be for levels that are in the new Super Mario Bros. U style that you could have multiple characters in? Or maybe in the older ones you could have Luigi with you but none of the Toads, or maybe they're just little 2D Toad sprites. A lot of questions are unknown about this game right now, and we still have time. We still have 4 months to go. We're gonna get some more information, some more details. Obviously, a game like this, it's built on the existing engine, and then there's more and more mechanics being added, so they have the groundwork, and then it's polishing, and then it's cleaning up. Nintendo games take a lot of time doing that. That's the reason that we love Nintendo games so much, because when we buy it, we know we're getting a full experience. I find that with the standing desk, I tend to move a little bit more. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Here's a first look at the box art, which is really nice. Big image of Mario and Luigi in their construction suits. Oh, awesome. It's literally everything that I talked about in the video, where you get the slope options, we get the bubbly boys, the twisters, the angry sun. There's two things here that haven't been covered in that article. One, it looks like you get to choose exactly where the camera is going to move to. We also see that there is a one arrow and a double arrow. This is the universal symbol for fast forward, so maybe once it reaches this point, it then moves twice as fast. And then also, if you look over here, we have this flag icon next to this 50 coin counter. So does that mean that in order to beat the level, you have to have 50 coins to reach the flagpole? Or instead of the goal, you need to get 50 coins? Also, don't know what the feather is. Possibly this yellow feather is to symbolize where the camera is going to pan to, because it's that same canary yellow color. Then there's also this bird next to it. It's a parakeet. Don't know what he does. Here in the corner, we obviously see that 4 out of 50 counter right at the top. I've also never seen this block before. I'm assuming this is exclusive to 3D World, where you hit it and then more blocks come out of it. A level with water right at the bottom of it, and a bridge that collapses if Mario stands on it for too long, and back to the screen title. But guys, that's gonna be wrapping up this video. I wanna know what you think about Super Mario Maker 2 coming to the Nintendo Switch, if it has enough stuff added to the game to have the title 2 in it, or if it's more of like a Super Mario Maker 1.5. Leave a comment down below. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications. Until next time, Austin John out.